Alright, so today we're factoring trinomials. We're going to have an extra a at the front, an extra coefficient on our first term. So let's start with number 1. We have 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. Alright, so step 1, we're going to slip. So we're going to multiply the front number by the back number.
Let's say front.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be 2x? Would that be 6x?
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's gonna disappear from here and reappear back here with the 3. So that would be x squared plus 5x plus 6.
Why don't you take the x squared?
Well, the 2 is just going to move from the front to the back. So what we have left is the x squared, because what we want is that regular trinomial like we have been factoring in the last section. That's what we want it to look like when we get done. Okay, so now we have this trinomial, and this looks like something we're familiar with, so let's factor it.
Wait, when did we slide? 3?
At the end.
3 times
Hold
5.
your horses.
3 times 2.
Okay, very good. So that's going to be 3 and 2.
Singles.
Awesome. All right, so step 2 is factor. All right, step 3. Now we're going to divide by that a term. Okay, so what did we have for a at the very beginning? What do we have for a at the very beginning? 2, yes. So we're going to take the 3 and divide it by 2, and we're going to take the 2 and divide by 2. Now, don't panic, there are not going to be fractions. Step 4, we're going to reduce anything. Reduce any fractions. And then we're going to slide denominators to the x. Okay, that's denominator is now going to become the coefficient. Okay, so let's look at this and see where do we reduce? Which one of these is going to reduce?
2 over 2.
Right, and that's going to become x plus 1. Awesome. Now over here, that 3 over 2, there's a fraction, so we're going to take that 2 and we're going to slide it over here, and it's going to become the coefficient for that x. So it's going to become 2x plus 3. Now if you check this by FOIL, this would come out and give you the same exact thing that you had at the very beginning. 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. And that's it. All right, let's do another one.
Wait, why didn't you slide the second denominator?
Well, it reduced out. This
Oh, yeah.
2 over 2 reduces to positive 1, so we do not have to slide anything. All right, let's do another one.
What number is this?
This is example 4. Okay, so I have 6y squared minus 5y minus 4. So the first thing we're going to do is going to slide that 6 over and multiply. So what is that going to give me?
24.
24. So I'm going to end up with y squared minus 5y minus 24. Signs all stay the same. So now I need to do what?
Set up your parentheses.
Yes, I need to factor, so I'm going
the
to...
signs of plus negative.
Awesome. Plus negative, y is in the front. All right, I need two things that add up to be 24. I'm sorry, that subtract to be 24. 8 and 3. Where does the 8 go?
And behind the... No, the other one. The negative.
Okay, 8 goes behind the negative, 3 goes behind the positive because we need negative 5. Great. Now it's time for the division. What am I going to divide by?
6.
6. Very good. Okay. Now, these fractions are going to be a little different because in the last problem we had that one of them reduced out and we slid one. We're going to have to slide on both of these this time. So, the first thing we need to do is reduce. What is 3 over 6 reduced to?
1 over 2.
Very good. And what does 8 over 6 reduce to?
1 over 3.
2 over 3.
Try again.
No.
4 over 3.
4 over 3. There you go. It's going to reduce by 2 to be 4 over 3. So the only difference here is that this time we have to slide both denominators. Bless you. So we're going to slide the 2 here and the 3 here. So what am I going to end up with?
2y plus 1, parentheses, because it's 3y minus 4.
And that's your answer.
Simple enough.
All right, this is a multi-step one. And we're going to have to find the greatest common factor first before we do anything else. What is 12, 24, and 15? What's the greatest common factor?
3.
3. Okay, so it's not complicated.
4.
It's just a number. It's 3. So now I'm going to take that greatest common factor, divide by 3, all my terms. I'm going to put the 3 on the outside of my parentheses and divide and get my my trinomial. So what do I get?
4m to the second power
8
minus 8m minus 5.
Lovely. Okay, so that's my trinomial, and I'm going to factor it. Now, yes, it's still got a number at the beginning, so now we have to use the slip and slide method. Don't forget about that 3. It has to stay in the front. All right, so now I'm going to multiply the first term by the last term, and what do I get?
20.
Good. M squared minus 8m minus 20. Okay.
That.
All right, so now this looks like a regular trinomial that we can factor. So what is going to happen here?
3 parentheses
4.
m plus
What are my signs going to be first?
plus negative.
Plus and negative, okay? Just remember to set those up very first. Okay, so I need to see what is going to multiply to make 20 that would also give me
10
a
and
negative
2.
8. 10 and 2. Where's the 10 go?
Minus the minus.
Good. All right, so now I have to go back and do the division part. Divide by this number. Do not divide by the 12 because that is going to give you some terrible fractions that you don't want to deal with. This is the number that we're going to use to divide by. So I'm going to divide the 2 by the 4 and the 10 by the 4. Once again, it looks like I'm going to be stuck with 2 denominators, but that's not a problem because I know what to do with them. All right, so 3. What do I get here?
1/2.
M plus 1/2, good. And M minus
And minus 5 over 2.
5 over 2. All right, so now I have to slide the 2 to here and the 2 to here. Okay, so I'm going to have to come out to the side because I'm out of room. All right, so what is my final answer going to be?
3
2.
parentheses 2m plus 1 and then 2m minus 5.
Minus 5. Very good. Ooh, the minus didn't catch. There we go. All right, so that's it. And the greatest common factor here is going to be relatively easy. I think it's going to be mostly just numbers for now. Any questions about the slip and slide factoring?